Hello folks, welcome back to AirJobBoss TV. I am the AirJobBoss and you are tuned into the continuation of our airline interview question and answer series. And today the question is, how would you rate your pilot skills? Or how would you rate your skill level as a pilot? Yeah, pretty good question, not bad. It actually is probing one big thing, and that is your ability to self-critique yourself, right? And maybe it's a little bit of personality check to see how you are as a person. If you're too modest, or if you're too arrogant, too much self-promotion or too little self-promotion, too much self-deprecation. And I would caution you, there is a good balance to answering this question between too gung-ho for yourself and too much self-deprecation. I would not go towards self-deprecation too much, like, well, I'm not the greatest thing. I mean, there's people, but the whole self-deprecation thing does not really sell well. It doesn't. So how do you then present yourself so you're not promoting yourself in an inordinate or too much? Yeah, you basically take a analytical style approach to it, as if you're talking about somebody else. Try to vision this talking about somebody else. Now you're going to answer this in two components. The first component is self-critique, your ability to self-critique yourself and tell them how you do that and why that's important. The second part is you're going to tell them what the pilot skills are and how you possess those pilot skills and to what level. And it's going to be an adequate level, and a level that is adequate to your experience level, right? So you're not at the end of your career and you don't know everything about the airline industry, but you know everything that you've done previously and those skills that you've done previously. So right away I'm gonna list some of the core competencies or skills associated with being a pilot, and we're going to explore those skills. So here's a list of general skills that you should have partially or to some degree. Knowledge and intellectual ability. You should have a foundation in aviation and a pretty good base of knowledge based on studying, yeah? You should be disciplined and self-motivated, yeah? You should have good aircraft control skills, at least commensurate to your experience level. You should have a good memory for procedure and an ability to apply memorized procedure. You should be collaborative with others, have good people skills, and be a good communicator. You should have good problem-solving ability and an ability to make good decisions, have proper judgments in vital, critical situations. Application of procedures. You should have the ability to apply written procedures. You should have an ability to manage workload during different phases of flight, so workload management. Also, you should have good situational awareness, a good level of perspective of the aircraft, its position, its level of safety, and its path forward. Yeah. ICAO, there is actually ICAO lists skills of pilots, and they have a lot that I just listed there, and some of those I listed, but you can Google pilot skills to get an idea of what's expected of you. A lot of people don't even go into what's expected. What does the industry expect the core competencies or skills of a pilot to develop, right? We just take it for granted. We work there. But the HR departments, they study that. They train their interviewers to look for those skills, those very specific, written down and studied skills. In addition to those skills, you should have a duty to serve others. This is not necessarily a skill, but it is a characteristic. You should be self-reflective and an ability to improve yourself, and you have to be a safety participant or a volunteer. You have to be volunteering or willingly participating in safety processes. Okay, so that's the basic foundation I wanted to set up for you. And I'm going to give you a basic answer how I would answer this, okay? It's kind of made up, and I'm going to put myself into a person that's just getting hired by a major airline. Okay, so the question is, how would you rate your pilot skills? Well, Pilots have to have a broad range of skills. They have to be self-disciplined and motivated. They have to have a good foundation of knowledge. They have to be somewhat intellectual, good analytical thinkers, problem solvers. They have to have a good situational awareness, an ability to collaborate with other people, high levels of personal skills and communication skills. They also have to have skills to control aircraft well, to apply procedures, and to basically continue to apply procedures when things get critical or things get more or less dire. So how I determine my own skill level is I can only base it on two things. One is I can compare myself against other aviators, and I can tell you the captains that have been working at your airline for many, many years are much higher level skill level than me. And pilots that are just entering the regional airline that I'm now moving away from are at a much lower skill level than me. So my skill level, I think, is commensurate with my experience level. I consider myself to be a very conscientious pilot with an ability of self-reflection. So I'm always improving myself. But I'm aware of the skill groups that I should be having and I should be developing. I think that it's really important. One of the skills that's the most important for pilots is self-critique and self-reflection, and an ability to find one's insufficiencies and failures and to cure them, work toward improving them, or detecting the reasons why they failed, and then put in mitigating strategies or processes to reduce the possibility of failure in the future. So in that case, I think I'm above average, because my perspective on what I'm supposed to be doing and the areas I can and should be improving I think are well developed through studies and studying my industry and studying what a pilot should be doing. I can assure you that when I come to your airline, I will be applying all my talents, my experience, and my skill to continue building on the skills that I already have, and to basically comporting with your policies, procedures, and your company culture to develop my skills in a way that truly serves your company. And I think that is an added skill that a lot of pilots will not be able to express. Their willingness and their ability to serve the company over self. I think that's a skill that I possess, and I think that's one of the hallmarks of my character and one of the reasons why I think that I qualify maybe a little bit more than most of the applicants you'll see here today. Okay? That's a pretty deep answer. That gives them a lot of good reasons to hire you. And you are talking about yourself. You're being direct about who you are and the confidence you feel about your skill base, all the while understanding and letting them know you're aware of your place and you're aware that continuous improvement and evaluation is important. If you want to answer a question like this, certainly write down the question and write down your answer and practice this answer. Any one of these small questions can have a huge impact on their ability or their willingness to hire you and marking off, yes, recommend. You want them to go to their boss and their boss to be very proud of them for them recommending you. You want them to say, you know what, I want to be the person that says, yes, this person I approve of. To do that, you really should get preparation. One-on-one, personal preparation, and yes, I will toot my own horn. You can contact me at info@airjobboss.com if you have any questions about my service. I do personally prepare you for your next airline interview, so you don't just pass your interview, you're going to do well on your next interview. Thank you so much. Subscribe, like, and share this video. We'll be back. You can comment if you don't disagree, or if you agree, or if you have a personal experience of yourself, please comment below. I will see you at AirJobBoss TV on our next video. Thank you.